What's your question?
My question. I've got the question. No, yeah, I've got the question.
Thank you.
I'm just thinking it's like it's one of your Bradford University lectures coming up, I reckon. Two elements to it. The first of which is about institutional racism or racism more generally. Of course, is there anybody in this room that hasn't experienced it, either because of their work or because of their life or because of the places they go to? Yes, there have been occasions when I felt that I didn't get the promotion I deserved. Despite the fact that I was working harder than somebody else, I didn't get it, and there was perhaps there was something going on. But I think it's about your response to that. Your response can be, well, life is unfair, and I can't do anything about it. Or your response is to work harder. This is, I think, where our parents, my parents came here, worked for nothing, worked as hard as they could, worked 24/7. At the end of the day, that was their response, because they realised that they can't change the world overnight, and we can't change the world overnight. The other issue around Twitter, Facebook, I don't know if you picked up yesterday, we've actually announced as an organisation that it's time to have a conversation about this. Because, I don't know who's read George Orwell, 1984. In the book, the whole concept was that at some point in the world, government will know absolutely everything because they have cameras and spies and informers. Yeah? We don't need that anymore because we tell them everything. When you go on Twitter, you open your soul. You say immediately what you feel about something. Now, the question has to be, as a government, as a prosecution service, as a justice system, do we prosecute everybody that says everything? It may well be, and we've started this consultation that will last the next 3 to 4 months. We want to hear from you, and we're about to announce how we want to hear from you, because we want to know where that line should be. There will be times when you say something that you like you and I are having a conversation now, but there are 100 people listening. With Twitter, Facebook, there's 1 million people listening. And it might be having the impact that you mentioned, and some people will be upset by it. When people have been talking about the video, for example, the reality is, yes, the First Amendment allows Americans to offend. That's what it allows. But it should also allow me to feel offended. Right? And therefore, the state needs to take some action, whatever that may be. Well, that's something that we will work on over the next 6 months or so. I don't know about the particular case you mentioned, the circumstances of the case. I've dealt with lots of cases involving Twitter and Facebook. My point is, we want to have a conversation with you and all of you, about where that line should be. And yes, the EDL, we have such potential. We have the opportunity to change the world for the better, as we already do change the world, but even more so. We need to ensure that the leaders in this room, every single one of you, shy or not, well or not, every single one of you makes that contribution, makes that jump, makes sure that the next generation is able to develop faster than we've been able to develop. So where is our dialogue? Where's our discussion about what we're going to do? I'm glad to see us with about the probation service, about preventing people from offending, about preventing young people from getting into those situations. When I was driving here, I was seeing boys standing on the corner of the street, and I jumped to conclusions about what they were up to. Was I jumping to conclusions? Are we doing something about it? Do we wait for the government to tell us what to do about it, or the authorities, when in fact you and I can do something about it? We can encourage them, we can support them, we can get them off drugs, we can ensure they don't network with those kinds of people. They need our help, and we need to help them. And if we don't help them, unfortunately, no, they don't. The point is that we need to support each other, and you will have my support in everything that you do. Thank you. Thank you.